What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Kanto Cup. I hope you all are having a fun week of Kanto Cup in Go Battle League this weekend, potentially trying out some new Pokemon that you may have never used before. For me personally, in this video we're actually going to be showcasing a team running Golduck in the lead, and this is definitely not the typical Golduck moveset that you might run. I'm running Water Gun, Ice Beam, and Cross Chop. Specifically Water Gun as the fast move is definitely kind of interesting. A lot of people that have showcased Golduck or ran Golduck have run it with Confusion in the lead, but I kind of wanted to give Water Gun a try just as a surprise against some of my opponents. And I'm not running Bubble Beam as one of the charge moves just because I'm not the biggest fan of Bubble Beam. It doesn't really do that much damage. The debuff is kind of nice, but Ice Beam and Cross Chop definitely give Golduck some good coverage. And then I know that Golduck is going to be weak to Grass in the lead, so I'm going to use Mew as my safe swap, running Flame Charge and Wild Charge. So I have some fire type damage there with Flame Charge, and then Kanto Ninetales in the back kind of as the hard cover to any grass types that potentially will be in the lead. Golduck performed very average in these battles. I obviously made some mistakes, but this is just all about having fun and trying out some new picks and trying out some new teams this week during Kanto Cup, because there is no rating, so definitely should try to have some fun with it. And so let's just jump right into these battles here. And the team did decent. I definitely would not like highly recommend this team as like best team I've ever used, but this is just purely for entertainment and having some fun here. And the Water Gun on Golduck definitely proved to be a surprise in some aspects for sure. So my opponent led Alolan Raticate against my Golduck, so that's definitely one instance where having Water Gun is going to be really helpful there. And Cross Chop is actually going to hit for double super effective against that Raticate. My opponent, I would assume, is going to shield right here. They do shield, and they also CMP tied right here, so I can safely let this go. It is a Hyper Fang. They're running Bite Raticate as well. Out comes Beedrill. I'm just going to go straight for this Ice Beam to try to get that final shield, and then I know that my Mew will be able to sweep in the back. Nice thing about Water Gun as well is that it is a one-turn fast move, and so you're not locked in a slow, clunky 4-turn fast move animation like you are with Confusion. Plus you get Stab on Water Gun. Golduck is not a Psychic type, it's just a pure Water type, so you don't get stab damage on Confusion to begin with. But out comes the Raticate. And these bites are really chunking, but this Wild Charge is going to be just enough to take out that fat rat there. Good game. Golduck into Snorlax. This is again where like having Cross Chop is really nice. Golduck gets to the Cross Chop at the same pace that Snorlax gets to a Body Slam. It is non-stab Cross Chop, so you can see it doesn't hit for a super impressive amount of damage, but so my opponent switches into Beedrill. I'm going to switch into my Ninetales. Now this is an Infestation Beedrill. They're running Infestation as the fast move, and I get baited with Aerial Ace. But if I remember correctly, Aerial Ace is the same energy cost as Drill Run. So I was worried about getting a hit by a Drill Run there. But I'm down 2 shields now, which is not super ideal. Out comes Nidoqueen. Big shout out to my opponent here for running a super fun and interesting team. I get a shield there with the Weather Ball. Ground does not resist fire, and so these Weather Balls are hitting for neutral damage. Obviously if I would have gone for Psyshock there, would have done a lot of damage as well, but all I'm looking to do here is just chip it down. So I'm totally fine that they didn't shield. I brought out my Mew onto the Nidoqueen there because I wanted to preserve the Golduck for the Snorlax here. Gonna get hit by a charge move here. Golduck is definitely not that tanky, so Body Slam really hurts, but I'm able to get to this Cross Chop even though the game had some frightening stutter lag right there. Cross Chop is just enough to take it out. I'm gonna get farmed down by the Nidoqueen, but luckily, even if this was an Earthquake, I would potentially be able to barely survive, but luckily it is just an Earth Power, and so I can easily survive that. And then I'm just going for the Wild Charge here because it's going to be just enough to be able to take out this Nidoqueen and win that game. Good game. I think in the first set with this team, I had a fairly positive set, and then the second set, I definitely did not perform nearly as well. But another Snorlax in the lead. Again, Cross Chop is going to hit for super effective damage here. These water guns are really chipping away. This was a CMP tie, and so I knew this was going to be a body slam, but I'm just going to shield to preserve some health. I really don't want my Mew to get aligned with this. Going to bring out my Ninetales onto this Wigglytuff. Now, if I can avoid getting hit by a charge move, that's really great, but if I am going to get hit with a charge move, I need to guarantee that I leave this with as much stored energy as possible. So at this point, I'm pretty content with double shielding and farming down, because this energy on Ninetales is going to be pretty powerful. Another instance where I had to go down 2 shields very early on in the game, but I have a lot of stored energy. Out comes the Snorlax. I'm really hoping that I can start burning some of these shields. I'm wondering if it's double charm. If that is the case, my Mew is still going to have some play against the back if it is an Alolan Ninetales. They fully sack it there. Out comes the Alolan Ninetales, and it is running charm. So I'm probably going to get the shield right here. I switch into Golduck because I want to force them to either shield here or throw their energy. I do get the final shield, and that's all I needed, because now my Mew just needs to reach a flame charge. So I'm going to bring out Mew here. Actually, that's in wild charge range as well. So I'm going to get hit by one Weather Ball. I'm going to get hit by another Weather Ball here. And I have to under tap this wild charge here, and I'm able to get it off. And this is going to be just enough damage to... well, it would easily take out that Alolan Ninetales there, so very good game. Another Alolan Raticate in the lead, so Water Gun is definitely preferred here. They are running quick attack, so they're going to be generating energy at kind of like an average speed here. I definitely get to the charge moves before them. So this could, whether it's a Crunch or a Hyper Fang, it's going to do a lot of damage, so I shield that up. My opponent switches into Beedrill. I'm going to switch into my Alolan Ninetales here. Drill Run is very threatening, so I will shield once and then try to overfarm just a little bit here. I don't anticipate my opponent committing another shield, so I'm going to throw this Weather Ball. I do have back-to-back Weather Balls stored here if they do end up shielding. So I think I make a mistake here. I should just be clicking on the Weather Ball right away, because out comes the Alolan Raticate, and it's able to get off a charge move here. No matter what it is, though, I'm going to be able to tank it, and I'm going to be able to get to this Weather Ball. I just need to guarantee that my Mew doesn't get stuck against this rat here. It's a Wigglytuff in the back. I'm barely able to get to this Weather Ball. That's pretty huge. Mew really does not have a lot of play against this team, unfortunately. I need to get that final shield. So I'm going to bring out my Mew right here, and then just go straight for the wild charge here. Could have gone for flame charge, especially since my opponent shielded that. But I just needed that final shield. Play Rough does take me out, unfortunately. Not able to get to a move there. And then I'm going to throw this wild charge because the rat is running quick attack and not bite. I'm not as threatened by the fast move, and you can see I'm barely able to get to this wild charge and take out this Alolan Raticate. Good game there. So pretty solid first set. In the second set, I think I definitely started getting destroyed. Oh man, Victory Bell. Even if I had Confusion, it still wouldn't be that great because the Razor Leaf damage is just so strong. I'm just going to go straight for double wild charge here and try to get a shield. But I'm in a pretty terrible spot here, especially since I think my opponent no shields this wild charge as well. So I don't even get a shield advantage. We do CMP tie, which is good, so they do dump their energy. But they also undercharge there to try to get one more lick's worth of energy. But I'm in a pretty bad spot, unfortunately. Gonna farm down the Snorlax. And I really just need to get into my Ninetales here, because most likely the Victory Bell is going to come back in. Yep, there it is. In the back is a Mew, and most likely they're running Surf, so this is not great for me at all. I have back-to-back Weather Balls. No Shadow Claw goes through there. I'm going to throw one Weather Ball right here. Going to continue to farm. They're doing a really good job of their energy timing right here. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get to another Weather Ball before I get hit by Surf. Here's the Surf. I'm really hoping that I just barely survive, but I do not, unfortunately. And then very fast to the swap. I'm not able to get to the Ice Beam to take out this Victory Bell either. Very tough team comp for sure for this line, but good game. Golduck into Hypno. Okay, not super ideal, but because I'm running Water Gun, at least I'm hitting for neutral damage, where if I was running Confusion, I'd be hitting for resisted. I catch a Thunder Punch on the Mew. Technically, I maybe should have brought in my Ninetales here, because Mew is kind of my hard counter to the Hypno, and it just gets demolished by that Alolan Muck. I actually lost CMP to Alolan Muck there, which was pretty wild. I had to look up the simulation after this battle, and it is somewhat IV dependent. My opponent must have a very attack weighted Alolan Muck. I'm just going to go straight for the cross traps here. This is another scenario where having Water Gun is nice because Confusion would be hitting for resisted damage. I know that Hypno is still very healthy, but it did dump its energy. They actually shield that, which is kind of crazy. So I'm going to shield as well, commit to the farm down here. They're probably going to bring back in the Hypno. I'm going to throw the Ice Beam right here and then most likely swap into my Ninetales to avoid getting farmed down. They let that go through. Non-stab, Ice Beam. Really not that impressive amount of damage there, and Hypno is so bulky. Gonna get hit by a Shadow Ball here. Very, very bad. It's a Machamp in the back, so I essentially am just gonna get farmed down and then get demolished by this Machamp. They even no-shield that Weather Ball. Really nice no-shield on their part. But unfortunately, Golduck is not going to be able to clutch this up. I do not have enough health. And that Ice Beam damage on the Hypno was kind of sad. Non-stab Ice Beam, but okay, decent matchup in the lead. I really don't want to see this on my Mew, so I'm glad that I'm seeing it here. The Water Guns are really adding up, but this Dark Pulse would do a lot of damage, so I will shield that up. Over farming here, gonna throw a cross chop. I really just want to get a shield from them. Okay, I do, that's good. It's gonna be another move. I will shield it up. They switch into Hypno, and I switch into Mew, but because shields are down, this is very bad, because this Hypno is running Shadow Ball, and I can't shield it up, and I think this will be just enough to take out my Mew, because it is a Shadow Hypno. Really, really not great for me. I know they still have a very healthy Alolan Muck. So I'm going to bring out my Ninetales here. And get hit by another move. Luckily, it's just a Thunder Punch, so I'm going to overfarm a little bit more. Now I'm going to throw the Weather Ball right here before this Confusion damage registers. So I have a lot of energy stored. We'll see what's in the back. It's an Alolan Marowak. Out comes the Muck again. This again is where having Water Gun is kind of nice against the Alolan Marowak, but unfortunately my charge moves are not going to be able to do anything against this thing. Shadow Bone is just enough to take me out. It is a Hexawak. I'm going to throw the Psyshock here, but I don't have back-to-back Psyshocks. I'm one away. Such a close game. Such a close game. I was one away from getting the Psyshock there. Very good game to my opponent. Gyarados in the lead. This is not good at all, especially since it's running Dragon Breath. It's hitting for neutral while I'm hitting for resisted damage. I'm just going to go straight for the Ice Beam here. But my opponent shields, and then I'm going to get farmed all the way down. Okay, they do throw, thank goodness, but this is still so bad for me because that's such a healthy Gyarados that I can't farm it with anything. So I'm going to bring out the Mew. And if this is a crunch, it's going to do a lot of damage. So, but I get baited with the Aqua Tail. That is so bad. And then they get to another move. That is so bad. This is for sure the crunch. So I'm going to shield it up. Going to continue to overload on energy here. And then I'm going to throw a Flame Charge because I don't think that they're going to shield this. And now my Mew is boosted. Out comes Beedrill. I'm going to throw another Flame Charge and see what they want to do. They do shield. So I tried to catch an X-Scissor on my Ninetales. That did not happen. So this is probably a Drill Run. Ouch, that does a lot of damage. And then I'm going to be able to throw this Weather Ball onto the Beedrill. What is in the back? Oh my gosh, in the back was the Alolan Sand Slash, literally the only possible thing that I could have seen in the back that would allow me to still win this game, and I'm able to one-shot it. Fire was double super effective there. Very good game. Yeah, that game was super scary. I think this is the final game of the video here. Water Gun is hitting for super effective. Another Hex, Alolan Marowak. So I don't really have a super great response to this Alolan Muck. Honestly, I should eventually get into my Ninetales. So I'm probably going to shield this. Oh my gosh. Okay, going to no-shield it and then bring out the Ninetales here. Even if this is Sludge Wave, I think I should barely be able to survive, but I'm trying to farm this all the way down. I'm able to do it, which is good. Out comes the Marowak. I'm just going to rip off as much Psyshock energy as possible here. This is where having Psyshock is nice because at least you hit for neutral in this matchup, whereas if I'm running Solar Beam, I'm kind of walled. Does a lot of damage to the AWAC. They have to throw. I have 2 shields and I still have a Mew in the back, so we're looking pretty decent here. It's a Machamp in the back, so I'm just going to go straight for the Flame Charge because this is essentially just going to be fast move beatdown at this point. I need to ramp up my Shadow Claw damage to continue chipping away at this Machamp. So there goes one Flame Charge. I know that they're going to shield everything, but you can see the boosted Shadow Claw damage is really helping out here. Just going to throw another Flame Charge. I know it's going to get shielded, but I just need the boosted fast move damage here. And my Golduck is very, very low. So I will shield this up, even though it's a bait, that's fine. I'm able to Shadow Claw it down before they get to a move. Out comes the Marowak. I wanted to force them to throw energy, and then the Water Guns should be able to take this out. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you're having a good time in Kanto Cup and trying out some new Pokemon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content, and I'll see you all in the next video.